Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a professional best of 3 series of StarCraft 2. Here, map number 1, Hard Lead. The Zerg player, the red drones in the upper left corner. It is Dark. And the Protoss professional, the blue probes here warping into the bottom right corner, none other than ShoWTimE. The wall, the shield toss, the blocker of Naturies. Dark, just gonna take the third it seems. No care, no response. Most importantly, no trash talk. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing this fine day? I don't know about you, but I'm rather excited. I'm in the mood for some PvZ, some back and forth action. Please give me something at least longer than like 11 minutes here, Dark. Don't just like roach ravager them at the 5-minute mark, please. Cross my fingers. We'll hope. We shall see. I know not what is in store. I know it was recommended to me, but it was recommended much more generally in the sense of, hey, Indigos, you should check out any Dark series because they're all absolutely fantastic. I'm paraphrasing, of course. I think they said something like that was like fire or a banger or something, and I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I'm too old. I'm too dated. Okay, I'm just gonna say it was great. So here we are. Excellent to see. The probe being annoying, forcing some shenanigans, taking some minerals even. Probes, their unruly behavior. Dark gonna let that hatchery complete over at the third, likely just to connect the creep, then take the natural as the third when ready. ShoWTimE though. What's the choice gonna be? It's a Stargate to start things off, okay. Safe opener, good for scouting, good for some light harassment. Clean up the overlords, potentially. Will it be a Void Ray? Will it be an Oracle? Will it be something maddening, such as a Phoenix? We will have to wait and see, it seems. The Adept, moving, trying to intercept the Zerglings off of the probe. The Lings, though, Dark. He knows. He knows what's going on here. The probe leading. What is this? There's a dog here. I'm not sure I've ever noticed the dog there. Lings, get into the natural. Here, the Adept. Oh no. The Lings split off. Timmy, distract them. ShoWTimE, though, quickly. Bring in the other Adept back. Will deny the scouting even. I don't think Dark has even seen. No. Not even sure ShoWTimE's in the bottom right corner. No, I'm sure. You know they're in the bottom right corner. Just haven't seen what's going on yet. Haven't seen what's going on at this time. Link speed's gonna finish up. The choice from the Stargate is an Oracle. Okay. First Oracle? Yeah, first Oracle. Follow-up will be, of course, Moracles. Unfortunately, that's a lot of Zerglings. And unfortunately for Dark, those many Zerglings are spotted by said initial Oracle, so not going to commit quite yet, it seems. Dark, you got the spores, though? No, I don't need the spores, Indigos. I've got the queens. And dare I say, that's probably better. Oh, we're getting spores anyways. Play it safe, why not? The queens may be called to the front at some point. ShoWTimE target firing down the drones, getting 2 kills before the Oracle has to back off. The Spore Crawler will complete, getting one over here. No, we're getting the lair over here. That's a choice. That's an intriguing choice, I would say. Oracle gonna fly in, likely spotting this lair. ShoWTimE going, were you trying to hide this lair? Spore Crawler in the natural, almost picking off the other Oracle here. Recall goes out on one of them. 4 health. Oh dear. Third Oracle, blindly, and kind of a bit of a blunder, flying their way into the third base, right into Queen Fire. And the Adepts now. These are not Glaive Adepts. ShoWTimE, are you trying to fake getting creative here? Faking an Oracle Adept play, when in reality, behind this, we're doing a very ShoWTimE behavior of getting a Forge. Okay? Want those upgrades. Going up into the mid game here. There's Dropper Lords on the way. We'll check out them in just a moment, though. The Adept shade into the main base, immediately surrounded by Lings with no hope of escape. The Oracles, though, easily 100% hope of escape here. That is not a Dropper Lord. Where the... Dark. I told you. Don't do it. I was hoping. You had me for a minute there. I thought we were going to have a long macro PvZ. No, instead we're going to shuttle 7 queens with a Nidus network coming up behind. So clearly going for the main base here. The network's not even built. We can't even start the worm. ShoWTimE knows it's coming, but is there even much hope of stopping it? Creep. We need creep. Creep on the way. Nidus worm here to support the Lings. Loaded. No, not quite loaded just yet. Dark waiting for the worm to actually show up. Creep tumors will be made in the main base, though. The worm completes. Blink being chronoed, +1 being chronoed. I don't think ShoWTimE's convinced he might actually be able to hold this at this time here. Stalkers split between the natural and the main base. Stasis ward set up in the natural already. Queens have the creep support to transfuse. Not a whole lot of use transfusing Zerglings, though. Spine crawlers are here. Dark sending drones through. The stasis ward activates in the natural, which both, denies the Zerglings, of course, also denies the Stalkers for a little bit, though, until they get Blink. Blink is going to complete. Could bring the Stalkers from the natural up here. Creep tumors expanding. Dark, I think, hoping for the spines. Waiting for the spine crawlers to help out. Lings retreat up the ramp here. Blinking around. Battery support behind here. The spines were canceled. Dark decides to just pack it up. Just head home. I've done enough damage. I've caused enough chaos. And ShoWTimE is going to hold. Going to survive. Very nice. An intriguing effort, though, I would say, from Dark. Not losing, a whole lot other than Zerglings. The investment, it looks like we did lose 1 spine crawler. Revelation, as the Oracle dies there, flying over the main base. Stalkers head out on the map. Where do we go from here? Transition out of the Hydra Den on the way. 4th base from ShoWTimE, who says, yeah, I don't feel the need to strike. You've done enough damage to yourself, you aggressive Zerg player. I'm inclined to agree. If you are ahead, or at least you believe you are ahead, try to get more ahead, and then maybe do some scouting, because you might want to actually check yourself. Hydra research on the way. I like the stasis ward positioning here. This is fabulous. I love this, because something will trigger it right as it goes through the wall. Fantastic. Great to see. Stalkers moving out on the map. Few charge zealots mixed in here. The Oracles looks like just to provide stasis ward support, which is actually working reasonably well throughout the map. ShoWTimE moving out. Queens now under threat. Hydra's here to support, though, and Hydralisks, we may joke, we may call them lurker larvae. In truth, actually, they can be quite strong against gateway tech. They're kind of gateway killers at this point. The problem's splash damage. There's no splash here, though. Blink Stalkers, Charge Zealots up against Queen Hydra. I don't know, guys. I'm betting on the Zerg in this fight. ShoWTimE needs to be a little bit careful. Might be able to wrap around, at least clear some creep with Revelation tags. The Lurker Den is about to finish up. Will Dark make the Hydras into Lurkers right away? Not feeling safe, I wonder, though. Hive's about to complete too. Psystorm finishing up. There's no Templar here though. All of the Templar at the 4th base. Dark is safe for a minute. If he wants to make some lurkers, I think he could. Nothing stopping. Might want to wait for the lurker research. Anyways, since you have the Hydra research upgrades, you know the Hydras are doing fine. There's no splash damage yet. I'd say there's no need to really even commit if you don't want to. Just take the base. Dark does need to worry, I think, about the economy a little bit, though. Falling behind since that investment. ShoWTimE deciding, as mentioned, I'm going to take a 4th base. I'm going to get more ahead. 82 probes to 60 drones. Things looking pretty good so far for the blue Protoss. We'll see how the splash damage component comes into play. There's a couple of Immortals in here. Not really any roaches, but the Immortals might help out against the Lurkers. 6 Lurkers out, by the way. ShoWTimE is maxed out and ready to rock. Charge lots heading up that ramp. Nidus Worm behind the Storm's God on the left side here. Decent arc from the Hydras. Nullifying a little bit of that splash damage. Oh, the cannon. Foiled by static defense. Then Worm will be denied. Lurker Research Upgrade 1. Finished up those seismic spines, getting those adaptive talons now. Question is, where will ShoWTimE strike? Will Lurkers be in position? This is a lot of Zerg, I will say. Lurkers burrowing on the high ground. A decent storm goes out, bruising the Hydras, killing off a few Zerglings, but ShoWTimE's not finding any ground. Not finding a whole lot of success yet. Instead opting maybe to split off some forces. There's enough Lurkers around though that you're gonna need something. You need something to break it. You know, something like 4 Stargates and a fleet beacon. Sure, that could work. Storm goes out on the Lurker forced to burrow. That's a lot of drones at that extractor, which are now being pulled to the front line. Careful, drones. Your shivs are not prepared for this battle. They instead go for the Immortals. One of them will be picked off. Storm's out for the defense. 15 drones fell in that engagement. 15 drones that did not need to fall. Templar dies to Queen Spines. It's up here. Oh, just one Zealot. The ambitious, aggressive Zealot. Has no idea how close to death he was. The passing Zerglings here. ShoWTimE still just testing the waters, keeping Dark pressured a bit here, making sure Dark stays on Dark's side of the map. I think that's the goal here. I think that's what ShoWTimE's trying to do. A lot of Lurkers. 12 Lurkers. Ooh. ShoWTimE rotating around, wrapping some of the forces up to the top side here. The fleet beacon is completed. I haven't seen anything really in production yet from the Stargates, though. There we go. Carrier will arrive, I will say. Prism to support as well. Get some forward warp-in positions. Could be helpful. The transition into 9 Immortals. I love it. More Immortals. Immortals, if you will. Please. Thank you. Lurkers. Hatchery canceled, it looks like. Lurkers will defend the location, though. Oh. A couple of Zealots run right by the Lurker blockade. No respect. The hatchery canceled again. Even if the Zealots are sacrificed, ShoWTimE is doing some good damage here. Doing a bit of good work. Lurkers forced to unburrow will retreat. ShoWTimE pushing forward. I don't think you can get up that ramp, though. Where are the carriers? First one on the field now. Carrier has arrived. You can just hear it in a much better voice than I think I can try to emulate here. The StarCraft 1 carrier, oh, that's it. You can hear it. Those of you StarCraft 1 enjoyers, you remember that voice. Marvelous. Queen Hydra trying to defend as best that they can. Dark, though, again, still just on the defense. Down in the drone count still. The base count going to ShoWTimE, who's continuing to deny, cancel, or kill hatcheries here. I feel like once the carriers get here, I don't know. There's a few spores on the way, sure. Hydra's able to support. No infestors, though. Queen's ready to deal with the prism. Parasitic bomb might deal with the prism more quickly, though. Ooh, they find it. Abduct goes out. He didn't even need the second abduct. Tried anyways, though. Cannot blame them for 30 lurkers. Dark. That's too many. That's too many lurkers. How are you going to deal with anything else? Spore crawlers, Indigos. That's how I'm going to deal with that. Very well, then. Carriers here to support. Do we just have the 4? Yeah, just the 4. Alright, that's all that ShoWTimE feels they need. Totally fine. Archons, there's still Templar. There's 9 Templar somewhere. Some of them are here. Splash damage, feedbacks, be good to have. ShoWTimE rightfully attacking where most of the spore crawlers are not, though. The 30 lurker conga line here burrowing. Not quite the most effective burrow, though, because the carriers now start to pick off some of them. The spore crawler shuffle makes its way over here. The storm goes out, damaging lurker and interceptor alike. ShoWTimE mad at the rocks. Can't get up this dumb ramp, he says. Just go around. Feedbacks and storms go out onto the Vipers. Looks like we had a little bit of combat over here, but you know, I say a little bit of combat because 23 lurkers still makes short work of pretty much anything on the ground. ShoWTimE just gotta be careful not to overcommit here. Uh-oh. No. Where's the detection? Do you have observers? 1, 2. Oh, they both just got here. Okay, detection ready to go. Dark. Feeling confident. Perhaps ambitious, perhaps desperate. Moving out on the map, overseers sieging up for, you know, maximum sight vision. The carriers hold the high ground, though. There's no way this is gonna work. Dark throwing away the lurkers. Nidus worm comes up. Nothing even comes out to support to try and change the day on that one. ShoWTimE is gonna take map number 1. Map number 2 in the series shall be Oceanborn. Ready your diving gear. Ready your underwater breathing apparatus. The red Zerk here in the upper left. Of course, it is Dark. Down 1, but not out. Do not underestimate him. The blue Protoss going up 1 point. Map number 1, a longer match, tried and true tenacity and fortitude. It is ShoWTimE. Can they repeat it? Can they make it happen again? Survive whatever Dark's inevitable shenanigan will be? Which I feel like is probably what ShoWTimE is thinking going into the series. Like, I just need to be careful, okay? Dark is gonna do something sneaky. It's gonna do something very dark related. It will probably involve, you know, queens or roaches, okay? Something sneaky. All right, we know it. It's gonna happen. However, can ShoWTimE survive it? That's the question. That's the question on my mind, because if ShoWTimE can deflect the attack, can do it reasonably efficiently too, as we saw. Map number 1, the Nidus, Queen, Ling, maybe Spine play. The Spines didn't really get to actually do anything, but ShoWTimE deflected it without blink at the start, might I add. Very well done. Earning that victory. Pushing back, fighting through a field of 30 lurkers, which sounds scary. It probably is just as scary as it sounds, until you have carrier support. Let's see. Will things be a repeat? I expect to see the Stargate, the Adept, starting off. Where's my Stargate? ShoWTimE. There it is. Stargate on the way. Very good. Lings out for Dark. Likewise. Now the next step. Will it be an oracle from the Stargate? And will Dark opt to go for the lair into Nidus network yet again? We shall see. Time will tell. I ask you yet again, how are you this fine day, viewer? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a fine day. No catastrophes, that's what I always say. It's the best I can hope for, right? The Adept, committing, at least briefly. Oh, not gonna get the drone though. Instead going to lose their life. ShoWTimE. Not supposed to throw away the Adept. Tried to shade out, I know. The timing was off though. The Lings got the surround, the Queen helping out to support. ShoWTimE losing that initial Adept. Going to hurt. Going to hurt a little bit more in a sense of map control than real game loss though. Because now Dark can kind of roam free for a few seconds at least until the Oracle comes out. Where will the Oracle go, by the way? Oh, on an attack command. ShoWTimE mad. I would be so dizzy. Would not want to be on a patrol command in an Oracle here. Keeping the flight in motion though, of course. Quicker response time. You're like, why do they do this, Indigos? It makes no sense. It does make sense because you lose the acceleration if you stop the unit. If it stops moving, it moves slower. Okay, it makes sense. Just try not to think about it. Instead, enjoy the Lings not able to get a surround on the Adepts there. Where'd the Oracle go? There's no drones at the natural. The huge brain play. You're making oracles to come kill my drones. Well, what if I just don't have any drones? Ah, perfect. Instead, gonna give the Overlord a bit of a fist bump there, side of the ventral sack, we'll call it. I'm gonna go with that's probably the most polite way I can put it. Yeah. Adepts, don't do it. Don't do it. They did it. Alright. Committing the Oracles likewise into the natural. The Oracles quickly leaving the Adepts left on their own. 5 drones did die off. So did the 5 Adepts, though. Is it a good trade at this point in the match? Maybe. Did an Oracle die? No. No Oracles have died. Okay. We just have... Wait, where's the third one? Following the Zerglings. A fair task for it. Oracles light up their beams. The disco ball engaged. The Queens angrily trying to catch up. Trying to keep up. Not going to be terribly successful, though. Oracle spotting the Overlord for the Stalkers. The lair is about to complete. And there is a non-zero chance that there could be a Nidus network slapped down too. What do we have for tech? It's really just the spawning pool. Like, is this just going to be another Queen Nidus play? Dark might be trying to line it up with +1. I don't know. He's also taking a 4th base, which is a little bit of a different tell. Hydras. Really? Quicker Hydra Den. I like it. I mean, I do like Hydralisks. I wish they didn't suck so much, but I do like them. And as far as, you know, their poor quality, of course, it's because of the prevalence of splash damage more than anything else. Splash damage, very tough for them to deal with, no matter who it is, whether it's Storm or Lurkers or Siege tanks. The Hydralisk always gets the short end of the stick in that engagement. Charge about to complete +1. Composition for ShoWTimE. Got some Zealots on the way. Charge versus Hydras. I don't know. Dark looks to be cutting drones around 67, 70-ish. The 4th hatch completed. Slightly mining. Okay. Both of them. 69 workers. Very nice. Double nice, even. Scouting Zergling will be dealt with. Spotting the base on the way, though. Dark does know about that and knows about the charged Zealots in the middle of the map as well here. walking up the ramp. ShoWTimE acting like he owns the place here. What's the goal? We have some Archons for sure. A charge Archon play. Hydra's at the ready though. No splash damage. Gonna make it a tough call for the Protoss in this engagement. Stasis Ward not going to be terribly effective. The Prism juggling is gonna have to be pristine. The Oracle, one of them dies off. ShoWTimE doing fine, keeping the Archons alive, losing just about everything else though. The Zealots have to retreat. The Archons, I would say on the run, but more on the float, okay? They don't quite run. I don't know where to go with that phrasing then. Storm on the way in a panic. Where's my chrono? We need that Storm ASAP. Alright. Need the storm weather control device back from the Red Alert series in the 90s and 2000s. I forget, who had that? That the Allies had the weather device, made a storm somewhere? That's what we need right the heck now. Okay. Hydralisks do make their way up the ramp. The Ling's gonna be halted by that stasis ward, and then they're just gonna go. Just gonna go. Okay, they're clearing rocks, because we're getting roaches. We need roaches, Indigos. ShoWTimE going up to 83 probes on 4 bases. Not a whole lot else, though. Storm is completed in time. There's 6 Templar. Not full energy, but it might be enough. Oh, the Roach Hydra storms go out, dealing with the Hydras. Unfortunately, one of the Templar picked off from that engagement too. Can the Zealots and Archons hold the front line? Will the storms be enough? This is quite a bit of Zerg. I think ShoWTimE may have doomed themselves by making too many probes in this engagement. Dark swarming in with even more roaches. ShoWTimE might have to commit. Once the roaches start to get into the natural, the infrastructure could help out, pinning them down. Dark gonna shut down the gateways. Uh-oh. No power. Who turned out the lights in here? It's the Zerg. They're in the natural now, picking off workers. Probe pulled to the front line. Archons on the left. We'll cut off the reinforcements, but the reinforcements don't matter. The main attack group is still just going to be too much. I think Dark has done it. I think Dark has proven himself to take map number 2 here. The Roaches and the Hydras. A simple composition. A sturdy composition. A bit of a bludgeon style, I would say. Not a lot of finesse, but we don't need finesse here. We just need victory. 1-1. It's a series tied now. Who shall take it in the finale? For the grand finale, we find ourselves on the map Site Delta. The score 1-1. The Zerg player here in the upper left corner, taking map number 2 with a strong showing. A field of roaches and hydralisks. It is Dark. The Swarm. And in the bottom right corner here, the blue probes taking map number 1, more with a test of tenacity, as mentioned, outlasting the shenanigans. It is ShoWTimE. Not making it through the shenanigans in map number 2. The day is still young though. Do not count either one of them out here. I'm keen to see what happens in this match. Different flavors, both of them. Quite different matches, I would say. Is it Dark's fault? Probably. I think we can just blame Dark for that one. Okay. Map number 2 could have looked similar. ShoWTimE was getting the setup. He was trying to get set up. He had like 83 probes, like 85 probes maybe. 4 bases, Storm, getting the Robo, started cranking out Immortals. There's a drone. Dark, what are you doing? Just... Why? Why are you doing? Not what are you doing? Why are you doing? Where are you doing? Okay? I might even say when. When are you doing? Get on with it. Oh, instead, just giving the Protoss a taste of their own medicine here. I'm gonna put a worker in the mineral line here. Except the difference is the drones, see, when Protoss do it, they take the minerals, or they just anger the drones. The drones keep mining, though. They keep trying to mine. When the Zerg does it, the Protoss pulls a probe to attack. I said, no, bad drone. I will fight you for this, okay? The Protoss players, they're just so violent. I don't understand it. I would expect this from Terrans, of course, because, you know, Terrans are quite angry, quite aggressive, sure, but Protoss, the Ascent, he blocked the pylon. Complete happenstance to block the pylon on the patrol command. I love it. Okay. Stargate is the tech choice again. Thank you, Dark, for giving me something to focus on for the first few minutes of this PvZ. Oracle is on the way. Double Adepts, shade into the natural. Start to pick off a few drones, actually. 3 drones? Oh, they might get more. 4. And then they will fall. 4 drones, though, for 2 Adepts. I'll let you do the math on that one. The answer could be different for everybody. The pro player might say, oh yeah, that was worth it. We got 4 drones. Heck yeah. The lower level might say, but now he surrendered map control. Indigos? Not really, because of the oracles. The timing's fine, I would say, actually. I think it was a worthy trade, because ShoWTimE's not going to do an adept play. If you were about to do a glaive adept push, I would have called you crazy. I said, you absolute fool. Why would you throw away the adepts like that? But we know that's not going to happen. Okay. Not in danger of that at all. The oracles now control the field, forcing Dark to stay right where Dark wants to be, though. Just keep on droning. You know, Dark did this in the first game, too. And I think it's a curious choice. Getting the spore crawlers in the main and the natural. Not the third, because there's queens here. Back in my day, we used to get it at the third and the main, and keep the queens around the natchery. Oh well, who am I to know? Adept's gonna commit yet again, pick off a couple of drones, pick off a few Zerglings. Pick off a creep tumor too, why the heck not? The Oracle Adept combo, still alive. I think one of the Adepts died. Lost one of the Adepts at least. We'll follow the oracles for a second. I need a drink. You lost it? The hell, ShoWTimE. I trusted you. I trusted you to keep them entertained. The Indigos, they did. They were entertained. There was death. Why, though? Why lose the Oracle? Blink on the way. Roach Warren, likewise. For Dark. Not an early Hydra Den. The Adepts coming in yet again, picking off a few more drones. ShoWTimE, just little bits and pieces. Nickel and dime effect here on Dark. There's been a total, though, of 11 drones lost. And that is actually rather nice. That's respectable for the Protoss. Kill off 11 drones, really just for the cost of a few Adepts, some Oracle energy here. The count just going up. And up. Getting a little careless with the oracles, though. Losing 2 of them now. We'll see. Oh dear. Oh boy. It's a Spire. Alright. I'm excited now. Is it Mutas? Please be Mutas. Alright. ShoWTimE, how unaware. And will they be caught, though? There's still 1 Oracle out. And I wonder, is this a choice that Dark is making actually, like, quite spur of the moment, since the Oracles have fallen? Dark might be banking on ShoWTimE not having the intel, not having the information. Because to get this information, you're going to have to cross the field of creep now, past the queens, into the natural. Have to touch the natchery, basically. And to touch it, oh, that's gross. It's all slimy and red. What did Zagara call it in the campaign? I think she said turgid. Look that up. That was a fun Google for sure. Storm on the way. Charge likewise. Spire gonna complete. Dark's got enough gas. 12 mutas. I'm expecting. 12 mutas on the way. That's the play. Alright. Revelation tagging this hatchery. Spotting the eggs. Wondering. What's in those eggs? I wonder. Will Revelation actually expire before the eggs complete? Is the timing that good? Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh. Oh my gosh, the timing. I didn't actually know. I wasn't sure because of the exact second that they got tagged. ShoWTimE may still not know actually about the mutas. Oracle gonna fly in up top, going to the main base here. Mutas gonna flock in the bottom left. Exciting. Revelation tagged the main base. Lings might jump into the third base here. There's plenty of Templar, and they do have energy for Storm though. Mutas in the main base. ShoWTimE knows about it now. Not even a battery here to support the mutas will decimate, desecrate, and annihilate the main base's mineral line. 17 kills, and they get out. Did you lost one. One muta falls. Battery here to support. Storm's even deadlier for support there, okay? Can the camera even keep up with the mutas? 22 probes. This is getting catastrophic already. Oof. ShoWTimE knocked down into the 50s, having to replace those probes. Phoenix production starting far later than you want to actually have it starting up against mutas. Decent support here. Cannon Archon will keep the fourth base intact for now. How will Dark evolve this composition, though? A lot more Zerglings, it seems. Ling Muta. No Hive Tech yet. Ling's just testing the water. Plenty of Templar around here. What do we have on defense? Relying on the cannons for the third base here. Uh-oh. Stasis wards abound. Solid Storms taking out most of the Zerglings. The Phoenix finally here. Fielded to deal with the mutas. Oh, Dark with the fake though. Turning around, killing off one Phoenix, it seems. Okay. The muta count. Oh my gosh, already 27 mutas. Oh dear. Their wings fill the skies. Fill the hearts of these poor probes with terror. Picking off cannon, picking off battery zealots, staring angrily at them as they go about their mutalisky business here. ShoWTimE on the back foot. As mentioned, a little unaware, not quite expecting the mutas to hit when they did, and losing those initial probes hurts. Not having the Phoenix production already started hurts too. Corruptors going to be felled? I don't know. Grammar. Corruptors are here. Now let's just simplify it. Muta's picking off more probes, picking off the pylon. Corruptors are here. That's the anti-Phoenix insurance. Okay, when you go up to the company, you say, I'd like to purchase some muta insurance because I want to insure my mutas. And you're like, okay, well, what are you fighting? And you're like, Phoenix and Storm and Archons. And the insurance company is like, wow, I'm going to have to charge you through the roof. Okay, those rates, too high, I swear. Okay, but then they hand you a few corruptors. 11 corruptors, to be precise. And the corruptors are like, Storm, come on, please. Let me hand me my lightning rod, will you? Please, I will take the hit. I don't care. The mutas still we've just been following the mutas in here, and I'm entertained. I don't feel the need to change it yet. Anion pulse crystals about halfway done for the Phoenix. Revelation tag, keeping an eye on the flock here. Dark's getting a Bane nest behind this, and Roach speed. Eventually these armies are going to come to blows. 30 mutas. Good Storm. The Corruptors actually starting to take a little bit of damage. They might actually start to care about what happens at some point. The Lings try to get us around. Zealot's going to deny it. A little bit of a ground force here. We'll get the hatchery for sure. The Mutas quick to respond. Archon decimated the rest of the forces. No hope up against the Mutas, but they got the hatchery. And they killed a lot of Zerglings, so... back to business. Just follow the Mutas. The Phoenix. Little distracted there, making sure Mutas aren't up to no good. Start harassing things. We're getting Bane speed. Both armies relatively close to each other. Another ground group. I like the move from ShoWTimE here. Trying to pick off some of these forces, deny some outlying bases, because you can't just let the Zerg do whatever they want. And that's one of the real difficulties with Mutas, because the Mutas... Beautiful hold from ShoWTimE. The wall of stalkers, keeping the probes safe. Only 2 probes fell, it looks like. Some buildings. Ooh, we're getting ultras too. Muta Corruptor Ultra Storm goes out on the Mutas. Quickly running though. With their wings, of course. Yes. Second time I've had to make that save today. Mutas fly, Archons float, the Corruptors get on top of the Phoenix. Holy storm. Can we zoom out? Can we quit following the Mutas for just a second now? The ground force from the Protoss utterly decimated. There's only 2 Templar remaining. Apparently we didn't need the ground force for the Zerg. Corruptors held the attention of the Phoenix. Mutas just desecrated everything else here. Start to scratch the paint on the side of the gateways. Oh god, there's 8 Ultralisks in the production tab. ShoWTimE still just cannot stabilize here. Corruptors deal with the Phoenix reasonably well once the Phoenix get close enough. Archons angrily chasing the Zerg flock here, the flyers. ShoWTimE's doing okay. It's keeping everything alive. Stopping the Phoenix isn't good though, you gotta keep moving. Yeah, ShoWTimE sees all the red health. Corruptors smelling blood in the water. Transfuse goes out. Corruptors will stay alive here. The Ultras finish. They're about to. We've got 4. I'm sorry, that's more than 4. 8? 9? 12? Total? 12 Ultralisks. This is going to be quite a change. Quite a surprise. Phoenix, not too good against Ultralisks, might I add. That beam cannot be used on massive targets. Ultralisks, Thors, your mother, no hope. Phoenix hard countered by such threats. The Ultras make themselves known here. The Lings just try to get us around, and ShoWTimE in a panicked retreat here, trying to desperately run away from the Ultralisks. I think the Mutaflock has finally fizzled out. Dark, no longer caring about rebuilding that, says I am 100% Ultralisk now. Unfortunately, Ultras, not as good as I'm hyping them up to be. They will, of course, deal with the probes, and they're very good against Phoenix. Like, the Indigos, they don't fight Phoenix. Yeah, they're very good against Phoenix, okay. Lings and Ultras working in tandem. Should be able to deny the base here. The reinforcing Zerglings from Dark. He's just splitting everything up here. The Stalkers can't keep up. 24 probes have fallen. The 3rd base is safe. The 4th base is denied. The Natural is burning at this point. Immortal walks out, looking to pick a fight with an Ultralisk. Instead finds a group of Zerglings. Dark reinforcing yet again here. And things are not looking good for the Blue Protoss. GG is called. Dark. Oh, madness. Mutas, Lings, Ultralisks. I can summarize it all. Just shenanigans abound. Absolutely beautiful series though. Excellent. And a well-earned victory to the Zerg. Of course, a valiant effort by the Protoss, just not able to really stabilize, not able to get their footing up against the harassment. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.